Hello again. So today we're going to be doing a quick little flat twist hairstyle on Jada. We're going to be doing zigzag parting and one bun in the back. So I'm starting out, her hair is freshly washed and conditioned. And all I did was I put it into like 4 braids and let her sleep in it just to let it dry. She put a bonnet on it so it didn't completely dry. So as you would imagine, her hair, as I was since it didn't stretch out fully, I was dealing with a little bit of tangles. But the way that I worked around this was I just used some of my braid and lock setting moves. I've been using that more and more on different hairstyles lately. And one of my favorite uses for this setting mousse is to use it as a detangler. And it also just makes your hair a lot more malleable and easy to work with. And you see how it instantly just kind of stretched her hair out once I put the mousse on there. It kind of like relaxes your curls and gets your curls elongated so that it's a lot easier to detangle. So I'm just combing that out, and I'm also going to be using the mousse as I style to re-wet her hair as it dries, because obviously mousse is going to dry faster than water. So now I'm taking a little bit of my braid and lock gel, and I'm going to use this to mold and lay down her hair in place how I want it. So I'm starting on this first twist, and you're going to notice that when I do this twist, I pushed it back a little bit further than I actually wanted it. So I'm going to do this twist and show you how I do it, but I actually went back behind myself and didn't record that part where I twisted it closer to her hairline, because this is all about these twists. I feel like all hairstyles obviously are just all about how you frame your face, and small adjustments make the biggest difference in your hairstyle. And for this one, for it to be to my liking, I wanted those front 2 braids to be very close to her hairline. So as you see right here, I'm kind of pulling it back, and that was just too far back for me. So my best tip for doing these 2-strand flat twists is to make sure that you are detangling as you go. Not only is this going to make this more of a protective style because your hair isn't going to be tangled up, but it's also going to make the style look a lot smoother, and it's going to make the twist pattern stand out a lot more if you detangle as you go and make sure there's no tangles up in there. So this is just another look at how I mold each twist down with the braid and lock gel. And I love this braid and lock gel. I use it pretty much for every style. Like, there's so many uses for it, and especially for, you know, kinky curly hairstyles. Like, we do a lot of braids and twists, and I find myself needing it more and more, and it just really elevates the look because it makes it, a lot more sleek and smooth. So y'all, I tried to get a good angle for my flat twist to kind of show you guys how I flat twist hair, but I'm just not the best at getting these angles, but I'm getting better, and pretty soon I'm going to try to do an in-depth braiding cornrow and an in-depth flat twist tutorial to help out my girls that don't know how to braid or flat cornrow or flat twist. So here you just see me doing my little flat twist, and if you notice, I have that pattern going in the front. Like I said, it's a zigzag pattern, and for that pattern, it's honestly a lot easier. It looks so intricate, and it really elevates the style, but it's actually very simple. And I did a more in-depth look on how I part for this zigzag style because I've been doing it a lot lately. It's really trending in the natural hair community. So I've been doing this quite a bit lately, and I'm going to link the video where I did a little bit more of an in-depth tutorial on how to actually do this parting pattern, because I try not to assume that, everybody can just look at a style and pick up on how it was parted out. I try to assume that everybody's a beginner that way. I'm not leaving anybody out and not missing any details. So you see, I just put a little bit more mousse on my hands, and I'm just adding the mousse to my hands as I go to make this a lot easier, and so that I'm not breaking off her hair and being too rough on her hair. And the good thing about this hairstyle is it's going to double as a twist out. So once I take her hair out, the good thing about me putting mousse on it is that, you know, it's going to have a little bit of a cast on the hair. And once I take these out, it's going to be a nice twist out. So it's going to double as another style. And honestly, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to leave a couple of those twists in the front. Maybe I'll do them over. But for the, oh no, because they come all the way to the back. But I might just leave a little, do some twists in the front this same way and then leave the back out. I think that would be really cute. Now for the back, the way that I was able to, you're going to kind of see it a little bit more later in the video, how I was able to keep this pattern all the way back. I did this pattern all the way to the back of her head, and when I got to the point where I didn't have any more room to really continue when I got to a section that was small enough to do one twist, I just did one twist straight down the middle in the back. And so it made it look pretty neat, because I honestly, I was just kind of like parting. I was just hoping that I would figure out a way to stop this pattern, because obviously you can't do this pattern all the way to the excuse me, to the bottom of your head. So that's how I worked around that. I just did one going straight down the middle. As you see right here, this is where I was working on that last twist, and I just did that zigzag pattern until I really couldn't do it anymore, until it really wouldn't look I'm sorry, until I got to a section that was small enough for it to be one twist. And then once I got down to that section, I just did it straight down the middle. And I want to say I put rubber bands on the first like 4 twists, but then I ran out of rubber bands. So what you're going to see here is when I got to the ends, I just made sure to twist it in the way that it is, that I twisted it, and to kind of like tighten it at the roots before I put it into the bun. And then I'm going to put it in a little bun, and that was pretty much it. And this is such a great protective style. This is really going to protect her hair from damage, and it's going to last at least 2 weeks if she's wearing her scarf at night. Yep, and that was it. That was a pretty simple style. If you want to get any of the products that you see in this video, you can go to kellyloganhair.com. All of the products are my formula. All of the products are made right here in the US. So I do appreciate any support that you guys give me. And y'all honestly always show out. Like, I get so much support from YouTube. So I really appreciate you if you've ordered anything from me. But that is it for this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one.